Oh, surprise, everyone! Welcome back to the world of Babylon 5.
Howdy, howdy.
We apologize for being a couple of minutes late there. It took a bit of adjustment from the old games to turn into the future of the humanity.
What is going on with that accent? Who's hosting
I
that?
don't know. I am just talking in my usual tone of voice. Yeah.
Say 1, 2, 3.
One. Two.
The Babylon Project brought to you by Sesame Street.
Oh boy.
I immediately copyright strikes. Demonetized. Hey, it has been a while, and probably people have already forgotten what we did last time. It has been half a year now.
Not that long.
It's been since October.
Oh.
November. It's been
November.
almost December.
So 4 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a long time. It's a long time.
Did you get a good break there, Wooster?
No. No, I had to deal with all this bullshit. Well, yeah. Like every week there was something on another on this time slot, and I had to be at work. I blame Zimmy.
Oh. No, don't blame me.
There's enough blame to go around.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. I blame all of you.
Let's be
Okay.
communist about this. Our blame.
Our blame. Yeah.
My
All of that
glory,
here.
our blame.
So you mean the blame goes on to the people, but not the leadership
Yes,
in that case?
just like Soviet Union.
Because our glorious leaders cannot be wrong.
Exactly. And why should they be wrong? They are always right. Right. Well, aside, I don't think we have any particular announcements to make. It's still the same COVID. It's still the same ship in Suez Canal. Oh wait, we didn't talk about that last week, did we?
Oh yeah, that's hilarious.
At least our mistakes are kind of tiny in comparison.
What is that costing? Like 9 million a freaking hour or something?
Last I heard it was like $30 billion total.
I am surprised that there's ships that haven't just went, you know what? With the way they're taking to do this, let's just go for the around the Cape.
They
of
actually
Africa.
are doing
They are
that.
now,
There is
Yeah, they are.
there is huge amount of traffic going past the Cape of Good Hope.
But I heard that there's still like about 100 odd ships still in the canal waiting or something like that for that to get cleared.
Yeah. Some are waiting. Some decided to just book it and go around the Cape. Especially the
It's
ones
like
that
it used to be.
Well,
Which is throwing off all the pirates in that area are completely thrown off now of the game because they're like they don't know which way to go. And I feel really bad for them because already they're starving, and now it's even worse. Oh well. We should send a maid or something.
yeah. Send some chicken bones in the mail or something. Yeah. Well, I do suppose it is high time we get to some sweet old Babylon 5 content. So let me take off the banter tags if I can find the button. So, and let's get to recapping. In our previous episode, our brave adventuring party on board the Centauri frigate Manticore had taken upon themselves 2 jobs of 2 different clients, both at the same place but with completely different purposes. One from illustrious Mr. Morden to repair ship's engines and let it be on its merry way, and one from Mr. Gale the Techno Mage to tow the very same ship to a predetermined destination in hyperspace. Having decided to take rather the Techno Mage's offer, but keep it silent for the other interested party, our adventurers flew through the deep hyperspace in the uncharted expanse, lit only by the shimmering of the Techno Mage's beacon. On the route, our dear friend Mr. Slack overindulged in some narcotics he found stowed away on the Manticore's precious cargo hold. More likely, the hidden compartments of the said cargo holds, where our illustrious leadership had forgotten a few items of value,
I cannot
which are
believe-
now currently located in secure facilities on their very own shuttle. But Mr. Slack made a contact with a lovely female voice that convinced it that it needed to see it. And he simply had to make sure he got through the voice that he heard in hyperspace. And they found an ancient Centauri colony ship floating in the middle of nowhere, exactly where they were supposed to go. And what they found inside was a dead husk of a man with a lady's voice inside his head, which now resides in Slack's and Terence's head. And also they found what our audience has endearingly called the Me-cha-leen. Tentacled machines that took the ship as their nest and did not appreciate it being disturbed. And as soon as they found out about the intrusion, they attacked. Our adventurers fighting them tooth and nail, several of them burrowing into the ship's hull, taking out all but the last one. And now, this is where we continue. Captain, we have intruder in corridor 16, and it's moving.
I just have one clarification to ask because I can't remember. Is there a bomb still strapped to some part of this ship?
Several parts of the ship, to be precise.
Okay.
I
just
forgot
wanted
to mention that part because there was suicide back.
Oh,
I forgot
But-
about that.
but our guy found it. I think it was Navon. No, I think it might have been Dushar or Navon that found it.
Yeah, but he couldn't take it off.
We
Oh,
told
yeah.
him not to touch it at the
Yep.
moment.
Yeah. I'm just
Found the
saying.
bomb.
Big mechanical monstrosity, bomb, things blowing up. I'm just saying bad all over. Okay. This is my fault. I accept it.
Ooh,
Okay.
and also you have Slack's crew holed up in a shuttle with heavy weaponry and the willingness to blow up the ship if they are ever challenged. Or at least that is what the crew believes.
Still blaming John for this. Should have just left me alone.
And thanks to the and thanks to the Talia taking over Slack, or in leagues with Slack, frickin' Slack kicked Malone's ass. So but you and I were really beat up outside on the. We're still outside on the outside of the ship.
Yeah, you two are on the outside on the hull, while Captain is on the bridge, having manned the guns, but now there is nothing left to shoot. Well, unless you want to shoot at the colony ship, that's still out there.
And
Loading.
there's one squid in corridor 16.
16.
All right.
Do we have a no, that's the wrong voice. Do we have an idea where it's going?
At the moment, no. We do see a energy drain on that area. That's all we can say.
Cut the power to that area.
Hi, sir. Proceeding to cut the power. Meanwhile, on the outside,
All
the
right.
two of you.
Good work, Terrence. Good work, Sons of Zeus. Looks like we took out all the squids. It's a good thing, too, we're running low on ammo. We should work our way back inside as quickly as possible. Status report. Captain, we're headed back in. Status report.
One of them has burrowed into the ship.
From which side?
It's in corridor 16. Just give me a moment. I'll try and figure out where it came from. So, out of character, we start. Do we have an idea? Was that from the ventral, the dorsal, starboard, port, or aft?
Go ahead. I'll look at all them aircraft / nautical terms. Get it.
Yeah.
What was it in the cabin? What was it in the poop deck?
Yeah.
He came in from the poop deck, right? Is that where he penetrated from?
Oh, God. No.
I mean,
You're welcome.
we're like 3 minutes into the game and already you're making me prick.
Okay.
Just make up a potion where he come in. That's good enough for me.
I'm hoping he's not come from the captain's quarters. That's my main hope.
Okay, let's put it to the dice. It did not go through the captain's quarters. It went through the largest portion of the ship, which is the weapon systems.
Okay. So
That means one of your guns is completely unusable in the future.
all right. I look at my gun. I was like, all right, I got about 2 magazines left. I suggest we divide and conquer. Some of us need to go the way it went in, and some of us flank from the other direction. If it gets deeper into that ship, then we're fucked, especially since we're still in hyperspace.
Roger that. Did you hear that, Captain? Terrence and the rest will go on through where they came in, but we're going to need you and a couple other parties to flank from the opposite side. Try to find us a point of entry, and we'll look around as well.
Landis is going to look at Fearco and not Fearco, sorry, Fear Malaria, and he's going to go. Fear, if he can coordinate with Malone, I need to see about a border.
Yes, sir. We are correct, sir. But it appears sensor systems are losing power at the moment. It might be latching on to the sensor system subnode in the in corridor 16. It's we have to keep those running, otherwise we're going to lose our location in the hyperspace. We don't want that. We are only hanging by the thread anyway. So I will have to keep the power on there unless you want us to get lost.
It's at this point tapping. This is Captain Cortez. Every available soldier on this ship, prepare yourselves. We have a border on corridor 16. Get yourself into hard suits. The atmosphere has been breached.
Metal armor, weapons.
We cannot allow this creature continue, or we will become a floating tomb. Captain Cortus out. And it's that point, right off the bridge.
Nice. Cut to, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Alone on the outside is activating the spacesuit the infrared sensors, computer display. I'm trying to look around and find where one of the points of breach or entry would have been, along with the help of everybody else.
Yeah. Well, as you have been given the approximate area where the creature is, that is corridor 16, you know that it's along the dorsal hull on the opposite side of the ship, just behind the fin. So
Perfect.
So you get there, and it's not hard to locate where the heck that thing went through, because you can still see floating in the nearby larger pieces of its armor floating in space, to be in the hyperspace, just floating there next to a big hole, next to a hole that it went through. But the good news is that it did leave behind the massive, thick armor plating.
This is Malone. We found the infiltration point. We're going into the ship now. We'll flank it from the other side. We'll keep you updated. Next contact will be when we spotted it. Over. All right, follow me in.
As we're kind of like jumping in here, I will be like, let's also remember that, at least in my opinion, these things are worse to fight close quarters. So we've probably increased the risk of this not ending well. So everybody be careful. Question, because hey, foresight to make sure we brought a lot of cannon fodder with us. How many of these guys still alive out here?
I do believe you still have two outside.
Okay,
two alive in the outside.
That's what I remember as well.
Yeah, okay. So
I'm trying to remember how many are dead. It's like 5 at least.
They brought in 5.
3.
So 3 of them, I believe,
Okay.
died.
So 3 of them died outside. How many died on the colony ship? Some did die.
Oh, I believe some of well, no, that's a different ordeal.
I think it's 3 in total.
um
When we were inside of the ship, I think one of them died in the ship.
With me. Same.
Mm.
Yeah.
And
then 2
at
died
least one of
outside.
them died with you, because one of them died diving on the grenade that was it slack through.
That's right. Yeah. That's right.
Mm.
The things you remember after 4 months.
So
It's just post-traumatic stress, Wooster. That's what it is.
Terrence trying to prove himself and his worth is going to take point on this. And just walking down this death hallway. I'm just gonna call it what it is. It's a death hallway, a murder hole.
And it surprisingly looks a lot like a worm digging through like the dirt. It's just that this computer and metallic bits everywhere.
I will probably tell everybody to be quiet. Can I I don't know. Basically, tell everybody to roll stealthy, because I don't want this thing hearing me, and I don't want it. I want to get to drop the dime on it before it drops it on us. Basically.
Do you still remember the hand signals?
No, I don't. It's been 6 months, Carlos. I don't remember any.
No, I meant like the military.
No, I don't. It's been years.
All right.
He doesn't need to
Halt.
use that on rounding up his kids.
Follow.
Yeah.
Close. Come here.
Yeah.
What else? We're all good.
All right. So can I have my party roll stealth so we can?
Yes,
Yes.
you may have your party roll stealth if you wish. That means I gotta roll perception. On speed on the
Good for you, Malone, because I'm running negatives in my dexterity right now.
If one just rolls like all like
Holy
zeros,
shit.
like one
7,
is
okay.
just basically walking behind you, just humming the
Oh,
Archer's theme tune.
You roll 2 6s. That's not bad.
Yeah, first roll of the game from Malone, 2 6s. Yeah.
Yep. That is,
Malone knows this shit like the back of his head. What's that?
Besides, this is attempt number 5 of actual boarding. Like infiltration boarding a ship.
Yeah.
We're Marines, this is what we do.
Yeah!
Okay.
Yeah.
Time to board this baby.
Look at this. Hooah.
what
So-
is it good for? Absolutely nothing.
So while
Sorry.
you are sneaking into the ship slowly, carefully, making sure you don't make a sound in the vacuum of space, or more likely avoiding vibrations that will transmit along the metallic armor and hull that might call the Me-cha-leen's attention towards you. I'm using this word only because it sounds cool. You have not identified these creatures, but you have given them a name. Meanwhile,
I don't care what they are.
Mr.
I come
Cordas,
squid.
actually, Captain Cordas, do you prepare to go in yourself, or are you leaving this to your more competent minions?
I will be in hand there, but I'll be having the Sons of Zeus meet me.
Outside Corridor 16.
Outside Corridor 16. I will have requested them to bring, if they have anything that can, that can shoot something equivalent to like a small EMP.
Just hit the armory on the way there, man.
Yeah. If there's anything like Ian blasters or anything like that, have them bring them.
Zeus himself being present at this location. Nods at the captain because we have a few EMP grenades. We don't have any. You have not provided us with any heavy arsenal when it comes to electromagnetic disruptions. None of the pirates did use expensive robotics, so we did not prepare for any such an eventuality in any serious manner.
Chalk sticks?
Chopsticks
just say-
against robots, not the best.
I don't
in
know
my
if it's
opinion.
useful or not.
I'm just going to say, I'll be honest with you. This is not a situation I envisioned. I might have had such weapons in case. Normally, I wouldn't like to have such weapons being fired inside a ship.
This is when in Walzes, a fully what's the word, in a full heavy environment suit, one of your engineers. You think you're going to fight a robot without me? Not while on my ship.
All
Yeah.
right.
Hoisting up a rifle under her shoulder, Miana looks straight at Landis. I am going in the fist.
I think I'm not going to persuade you otherwise, am I?
No.
That tracks. Yeah.
Let's make
I
it.
am going to take this and add it to my collection. Since you have not bothered to acquire me a robot, I have to do it myself.
And if I give the order that we have to fall back, you will do so with the rest of us.
Yes, Your Honor.
Fantastic.
Just as Miana's walking by, Landis is just going to turn to Susan. He just goes, I have to grab her. Grab her.
I'm not sure if I have the courage. But yes, sir.
I think we better tell the lads to stay behind her because they don't want to be in front of her. It's not discriminating with her shots.
I don't know, man. Miana's a fucking badass. So, you guys are going up through the corridor then from that side?
Yeah.
We're coming in from the opposite side?
Yeah, we're coming
And
from like
now
the
we're
garage.
gonna
coming from
jump
there.
cut
Mhm.
into the countdown. From one half the screen is Landis counting down. 3. The other screen, Malone. 2. And then 1. And two entrances at the same time, and you both see the exact same thing, but from 2 different angles. Jumping down from the direct connection up from above the corridor 16 and landing into the corridor just a dozen meters that away. The great mass, the swarming mass of tentacles, twitching, moving, grabbing things, moving them into a pile, and you can see small lasers darting up and blasting itself onto the materials grabbed from the walls, and you can see it has begun to build a new Me-cha-leen monster just there, right inside your ship, piece by piece, while on the other side the doors open, the air rushing out and revealing Landis, Miana, and the Sons of Zeus behind them. And between your two groups, an angry Me-cha-leen mother about to give birth, being disturbed. Initiate combat.
As I've said, there is only one tentacle monster on the ship.
Mechanical tactics, since we had a plan? We'll see if it works. We'll see how good the plan was.
You get an advantage on this.
Nice.
Roll the 12.
That means you get +4 on all of your initiative rolls.
Plus
Oh,
what?
boy.
4?
Yes, +4 on all of your initiatives.
Ooh.
We timed it like down to the second. That was some good timing. All
See?
right, here. How do I do this? It's
Where's-
under combat, right?
Where's
It's been so long, guys. I don't know how to roll initiative.
It's on the combat one.
There we go.
Let's see.
So I
what
rolled
these
an
rolls
8
are.
there, so 12 for me. 14 for Malone, damn.
No, it's 15 for me.
So
No.
it's-
I added my 4 already to it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, did your 4? Okay,
Yeah.
I
Put
didn't.
it in the blah,
Yeah,
blah, blah.
all of you
I
go before the Me-cha-leen monster, and since you are using advanced tactics, you get to choose in which order you move.
Mm.
Oh, this is so stupid.
I love it.
This is so stupid.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
He goes last.
Oh, me? Okay.
I'm just kidding. Please go ahead. I love stupid.
Being that Terrence sees this thing making a creature, and remembering how effective, not really, his shots were. Terrence is just going to run straight up to the creature with his one good arm, and try to impose himself between him and this thing he's created and just start punching at it, hopefully to get its attraction towards him.
You want to try to grapple it, or do you want to actually try to punch it?
Oh, this thing is huge. Can I grapple?
I remember he's not a good grappler, but he has a lot of strength.
Yeah, I don't think this thing can be grappled, can it?
Anything can be grappled.
Okay.
The whole point of separation.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to try to grapple it.
Okay.
Don't look at me like that, Wooster. Okay. All right. Oh no. Okay. This is 10.
Ooh, that's
You
good.
lose by
That's good.
2.
Oh God.
So,
But-
So you go to jump at it, and it dodges and
no,
throws
no.
you?
What happens is you go ahead, start grabbing onto the many tentacles and trying to hold them still. That is when the tentacles start turning and choking you.
Oh God.
Ooh.
So,
Okay.
So around one of the tentacles goes around your neck and begins to
I'm just gonna be like,
4 points of damage.
what? 4 points of damage?
Yeah,
All right,
it's
what's
2
that?
plus the.
Where can? Okay, I still have endurance now. Yay! Well, okay. One. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
All right, who's next?
Hold on,
Oh.
you go first.
Well, using that as a distraction. By this time, my heavy gun that still has some things in it, he starts spinning. And I'm gonna try to obviously not shoot, so that if I miss, it's gonna hit people behind it. I'm just like hitting it from an angle.
So
Okay.
since you are trying to avoid friendly casualties by your spray and pray style, I'm gonna give you a disadvantage on this shot.
Okay.
So
Because
with a
you're
bang,
trying to be careful when applying the fire.
so he rolled up a ones. You'll shoot me.
Well, all right. Well, here we go, because that's what I'm. Now, how many of these do I get? I forget. I've thrown the man portable. I'm looking for my previous history. 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4.
What's your auto score for that weapon?
I have no idea.
Ooh.
I can't even remember what we're rolling.
Ah, so you're rolling just to attack, and you hit with 8, but you apparently roll not enough. So
All right, and do I roll it twice in for a full auto, or
you
I'm
roll
sorry,
as
three
many times as you have the auto score, or you
Yeah.
decide to add the auto value to your damage, one or the other.
I'm gonna. The problem is I can't remember what weapon it was, and I'd have to open up the book. Let's do one more then. I'm gonna make it simple. I'm gonna just.
Wasn't it one of the special weapons I gave you? So it should,
Yeah.
you should have
Was.
it written down.
That was like months ago.
Yeah, if you don't have it written down,
I'm just going literally from the previous. I know what it does. It does 4d. I could shoot up to 4 times, and it does 3d6 each time.
Yeah,
Okay, there you go.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna do this just 3 times. That's all
Yeah.
I'm gonna do, is just 3 times, just to
Yeah.
make it simple and not overburdensome.
Yeah.
And we'll see how it goes. And we're gonna do this with that disadvantage, like we talked about.
Mhm.
I'm trying to find where the roll is. There it is. Man portable. Roll number 2. Roll number 3.
Damn it.
Double ones.
well, the good news about having that, having the disadvantage thing, is that double ones don't do anything for you. Well, they don't hit your friendlies, but it does mean your gun jams.
Yeah, I mean it's basically useless at this point, since I'm literally just trying to climb and it's uncontrollable here. Fuck.
Uh,
End turn.
Mm. So Cortas, he's gonna pull out his promo PPG and he's gonna. Can I see the eye on this thing? The blinking red eye.
Give me a recon. Because there is just what you see at the first glance is just massive moving tentacles going back and forth, back and forth.
I don't have recon, so what ability do I roll?
That's intellect.
Intellect. Okay.
With a -3. Ha ha ha. Oh wait, you have a jack of all trades, so that's -2.
I rolled badly
Wow.
anyway.
Yeah.
Can't see
Nope,
it.
nope, just tentacles.
Okay, I am just going to fire the PPG. Oh. No. I'm just gonna pray a hit. I'm just gonna fire 3 shots. Oh, there. So the first one. There.
That hits.
And the next one.
That hits.
And the next shot.
That hits. So you graciously delivered a total of 33 damage this round. Minus
Incredible.
whatever armor it has.
Yes.
So you see your pulse shots hitting the creature, some of it deflecting off and into other places, but there's enough tentacle mass for you to score reliable hits on this thing. Every shot landing where it's supposed to.
Am I seeing like some damage on it?
Yeah, you can see that some of the joints melt after the blue balls of your PPG hit it.
But potentially some of the damage is just armor bleeding off.
Yep.
There. Okay. Right. Okay. And I will gonna be just stand where I am. There, I won't do any other movement. Okay. On to NPCs.
NPCs then. Right.
Yeah. Whatever the order was for that.
Right. Because the most important character in this fight is going to be Miss Vesa.
Mhm.
Miss Vesa proceeds to take her gun,
Mhm. Mhm.
pointed towards the monstrosity,
Mhm.
take the shot. You can see that from the gun comes out an arrow that just flies through and hits the Me-cha-leen somewhere in its system and sticks out, and you can see a wire that hangs out and goes all the way back to her gun. And
Hazard.
that's when she pulls out and opens up a computer display on her wrist and begins typing furiously.
Nice.
Oh, she's trying to hack it. Well,
Fantastic.
your look.
Keep it occupied.
I'm like,
The Sons of Zeus, on the other hand, they take a more traditional approach and attempt to fire at it with all they have, which is admittedly a lot. But since when one of them starts priming up an EMP, Miana turns head from display, glares, and the guy just puts the EMP away. Well, yeah, let's see. Nope, miss. Hit. Hit. So yeah, there's some more damage coming your way. Well, not your way, away from you. Adding to your pool. Alright. That's how much damage it has. And next is the Me-cha-leen monster. The Me-cha-leen monster unleashes the barrage of tentacles, attacking all of you at the same time while still being able to hold on to Terrence.
That's because it's a squid. It's got tentacles and shit.
yeah.
Yep. It uses one attack roll against the entirety of you guys. So, so there's a tentacle going for you, for you, for you, for you, for you, for you, for you. And does anyone want to use this opportunity to dodge out of the way?
Remind me again, dodging is going to lower our...
Your attack by 2, but it increases your defense by 2 as well.
Dive
But
for cover.
yeah, then there is dive for cover, which allows you to use the ship as your shield. But that means next round you spend recover.
You can't.
But
Yeah,
you
you
are
can't move it,
automatically
right?
starting
Yeah.
the round from cover that next round.
I will dodge.
Um,
I think
question.
so, because I think we're both so hurt, and I think Terrence can't do much.
Yeah. Do I? Is it like a? Am I still being grappled?
You are being grappled, so you don't have an option to dodge.
Okay.
But you
But
are
I
gonna
don't think
get
it's
a
attack.
separate attack on you that you're gonna do an opposed roll on.
Okay.
Actually, do the opposed roll.
I'm just
0 and 10s.
I'm just thinking. I am thankful that we don't have the jacaranda for this.
6 points of damage for Terrence.
This would have been over with the jacaranda.
Do we have to roll anything then?
Yeah, you don't need to roll anything. Those who dive
just
for
put-
cover those who dive for cover or dodged are safe.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, one of them is not Miana.
Because she's doing the hacking thing.
She's doing the hacking thing. So Miana is hit, and she gets a tentacle that goes straight through her from one side of the armor to the other side of armor and
Oh no!
impaled immediately.
Oh my goodness. They are going to hate you, audience.
There's also a couple of Sons of Zeus that did that, so that's an angry Me-cha-leen for you. And then it is the rest of you again.
Okay. Well, I'm going to try to extricate myself from this thing because it's gotten bad real quick.
This was not a good idea.
It was not.
I think we just
yeah. Because I have to roll a grappling check just to get out of the grapple. So come on,
You
Rooster.
can replace that with an appropriate skill check if you have any.
No, this is a ground pounding boy. So, no, that is basically my best stat to use in any attempts.
That's a tie. So
Okay.
the situation remains.
Oh,
I rolled worse.
the chat's coming out with very bad ideas right now.
I mean,
No, Talia. No.
no. I thought about it, but I was like, no, I'm trying to prove myself. Terrence trying to prove
let's
himself.
not
How
get-
much
You wouldn't do that.
endurance do you have left?
Let's not jump out of the pot
Oh.
and into the fire, okay?
Okay. Well, it's depending on what damage you say, I will let you know what that means for Terrence. So how much damage, Rooster?
Oh, after the last round, 6 damage.
Okay, no, but I just did my pose grapple to try to get out of his.
That's a tie. Situation does
so
not
there's
change.
no damage.
There's no
Okay,
damage.
so we both got. Oh, so we both got 6.
Yes.
Is what you're saying? Okay. I have 0 endurance. I have 3 dex, and I mean I only have 4 strength. Normally, my arm does not account for any increase.
So you
health
have 7
or-
hit points left.
Yes.
You are just...
Like, I'm not gonna call for Talia. He's not gonna do it. Slap would have did it. be like, bitch, get out of here. But Terrence is not. So move on.
Alright.
I'm just gonna scream, shoot it.
Malone pulls out from the back his signature smaller rifle, Bertha 2.0. You fucking bitch! You hit me on a pop, full ammo. My infrared eyes are gonna go on. Laser light's gonna go on. It's gonna give me my +2 advantage to hit, which I forgot to use last time.
That wouldn't have
Go.
changed anything, but it's a good thing to have.
So I'm gonna shoot 3 times with this one because it's a 3 auto. One. Oh, hang on.
Terrence over here flailing, dying. He's like,
Yes.
Miata. He's like,
Good.
3. Good.
Hit.
All right. And damage.
Yes, indeed. So, this is much easier to aim than your big Bertha. I mean, the big boy, whatever you call that one. But this one,
BFG.
Yeah.
Yes.
The BFG.
Big friendly
and
gun.
you are scoring full auto hits on this flaming monstrosity. You can see the plasma burrowing in as you do. Oh, that is actually a lot of damage. Oh, what the? That's about 50 points of damage. Right.
What's its to hit at the moment?
It's 8.
8. With range attack, it's 8 unless otherwise mentioned.
Yeah, unless it's been modifiers or something.
Because I dived, these are -2, so it's really should be 8, 8, and 7.
So 2 hits.
2 hits.
The first 2 hit. So
Or 17 and
that's-
15.
No, precisely. There's no extra damage for accuracy, so
That doesn't
that's
seem
not
right.
that.
Yes,
Yeah,
that is
that's that is then 32 points of damage instead of over 50. Oh well, not so good, but it's still very good.
I think I want to be clear on this. I don't think the Auricon has 5d6 damage, which is what I have written here.
I think it does.
Oh. Well, regardless, my turn is over, but I'm going to yell out, shoot her! Shoot it! Get turns free! Do whatever you can do! You must! Turn, Landis, if you want to. Or
Yeah, so promo. I will be just continue to put landing shots on there.
Yeah.
I'm just desperately looking for my Babylon 5.
Because dodged. So that's a miss. Miss.
Ooh, that's a double 1 there. Ooh, damn.
That bueno.
That is not a bueno. Well, let's see what that means.
That one probably meant that
Oh,
jammed
please
in.
kill Terrence. I'm kidding.
Well, lucky for you, it is a case of one of the Me-cha-leen tentacles slapping the gun away from your hand mid-firing, and it fires a random shot in the corridor as it clanks along to the floor.
Yeah. Carlos, the Archon rifle is 5d6. I've just looked at the spreadsheet.
Thank you.
Yes.
NPC turns.
That is the NPC turns. Right. That means a couple of these Sons of Zeus attempt to move the melee weaponry and use the techno blades to hack down the Me-cha-leen tentacle in the in Miana, as well as the couple who are being stabbed by trying to get rid of the tentacles. Unfortunately, they're not having much success, and Miana, on the other hand, is not giving up and is trying to attack the Me-cha-leen. And it does appear that the Me-cha-leen gets a debuff for next round, which means it will have a bane on its attacks against you, which is the one that comes next.
So she says something about that. She's like, "Ha! I got through. I did something."
Yes.
Ow!
Just little mud time. I gotta get this.
Damn it! Talk the hearts now.
And attack coming at your way. Anyone want to dodge this?
Anybody want what?
Dodge.
Oh.
No.
Seeing it coming, yes, I'm gonna dodge. I'm gonna roll the opposite way as well.
I'm not going to dodge.
But when I dodge, I come back on my knee and have the rifle aim low.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I dodge correctly.
So only you dodge. Okay. This attack hits only those that have been impaled. And those impaled take damage.
You know what I realized? I've been rolling the wrong thing for my grapple checks the entire time.
Have you been rolling intellect or something silly?
No,
like
I've
that?
been rolling athletics, but I forgot I do have melee unarmed, which gives me a +4, not just a +2. So yeah, okay.
Mhm.
Next
And now
round
it
is
has-
mine.
Now it has disadvantage. And which means it's attacking also Terrence. In its grapple roll.
So what's the damage for
Sadness.
not dodging?
Nothing. You were not impaled, so only impaled people get hit.
Oh, so only the impaled, sorry. Fine. Right.
Yep.
There you go. That's a better roll.
Is this a point where I disappoint you?
Yes. If that's what you want to do.
You
If
win by
that's what
one.
it-
Oh. That just one damage. There.
And no,
No, it'll
that's
be
minimum.
3.
That's minimum 2 plus 1.
Yeah,
It's
3.
2 plus success. You can either
Oh.
do 3 points of damage straight through its armor, or you can slip free.
I'm going to run away.
You're going to slip free and get out of
Yes.
this situation.
Yeah, I break free and I just like which am I like dead middle or which way is like the closest way towards like some type of cover?
Pick towards Malone or pick towards Miana.
Yeah, I'm just trying to say which way is closer and has more cover.
Malone.
Okay, so I go back towards Malone.
Let's put it this way. Malone.
You dive for cover towards Malone. Okay.
Yeah.
If anyone's going to be going, here, boy, come to me, it's going to be Malone. It's not going to be Landis.
All right, so that's my action, and
Alright.
I don't have anything to do with my minor actions, so go for it. Have fun, next person.
Okay. Malone, you want to take your shots?
Is it my turn again?
Yep.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Is the tentacle still attacking? Still on Miana?
He's still in the Miana.
All right. I'd like to aim my shot, use an aim, and take a single shot to try to break it.
Cool. You can aim twice before shooting.
All right.
Was it once?
Once.
Once, yes.
All right. So I'm gonna do the right now. It's a +4, so it's a plus. What does aim do?
+1. to
Gives you a
hit.
+1. +1.
All right. So 5 total. So from my point of view, like this laser zoom, target like weak point on thingy, and take one series of. One
That's
quick.
just one. because you aimed, you can't use aim
Yes.
with bursts.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
that is a single shot, which hits by 7. So that's an 18 point of damage directly onto that one specific minor target that you laid out. This means that the general mass doesn't take any damage, but this one particular tentacle is cut in half by the smelting of the metal in the joints of the tentacle, and that means it's no longer wriggling inside Miana,
Yeah.
but the hole
I
remains.
got you. I refuse to let anybody else fucking die on my watch. Intern.
Okay.
Take one down, pass it around.
Sure.
99 more tentacles to go.
99 tentacles. I still on the wall.
Taking the trauma, and I will be.
Isn't the trauma on the floor?
Oh yes, it is. Good point. Thanks for reminding me, sir. So
You
is it
can
arranged for me?
spend the round retrieving it. That means you're essentially diving for it.
Not a free pickup, buddy.
Mm,
Just take
I
a minor
will-
action to pick it up.
mhm.
No, you need to move to it. It flew
Mhm.
off the hand.
Well, I have actually the Orkin EF7 pistol, so I'll pull that from the back, and I would do my 2 auto 2 shots instead
Okay.
of that.
Is this still trying to create its progeny as we're shooting at it, or is it otherwise,
That's-
distracted?
Its tentacles are otherwise distracted.
Oh,
Okay, good.
damn. My shots have not been good today.
Miss and miss.
Yeah.
My condolences.
Yeah.
I do believe it is now the turn of the NPCs.
Yes.
Well, there is 2 still in the things, but they seem to be managing themselves now as they both, with the help of Zeus, got themselves open from the tentacles. Got themselves
Loose.
loose, not open. and but they
Winky,
don't
that was a
have
great joke.
Yep. They don't
Man is
have.
always having problems with his misses.
That's all they can do, and then Miana. Time to hack.
Sorry to interrupt.
Well, that means the Me-cha-leen is proceeding to lag visibly.
Stutter.
Must there. Just a few more seconds.
Nice. Nice.
But yeah, that means the Me-cha-leen in this round is still going to attack, but its damage is also under severe penalties.
So it's moving less precise and more swap, swap.
Yeah,
Swap.
it's and
Cool.
it's more. It's sort of broadcasting what it's about to do because it's lagging in the environment. So that means it is his turn, and he no longer, or she, or it no longer has a trance in its grasp, so it attacks the rest of you. Even with the Bane, this is going to hit everyone.
Wow. Even with the dodge, I'm gonna do my dodge.
I'm not dodging.
You should. You have to dodge, dude. You need to dodge.
No, he's in cover. He can't dodge
that's
while
right.
in cover. But the good news is you get an extra 10 points of armor. And you're harder to hit, but it's still not enough. These tentacles are everywhere. it's like a furious last brawl of a desperate bear, swinging its tentacles everywhere. There's 16 points of damage before armor coming at everyone.
All right.
16
Oh.
points of damage before armor.
Oh, I would have been fine then even if I wasn't in cover. Okay. But I'm nothing, so I get no damage.
16.
From
Right,
me.
hold on, fuck. That armor,
All right. So, and that's after a dodge?
Yes.
Okay.
So, after dodge, so I get three pierce through then.
Didn't this thing had armor? Wasn't it like armor piercing when I fought it? You know, just to keep us honest.
Yep, that was when it was still when it was using those lasers.
Oh, okay. So
It's using
okay.
tentacles.
All right.
okay.
Still battered through.
Mhm.
As I try to jump, dive, it still like manages to swipe me against the wall
Yep.
dramatically. Oh,
Mhm.
That means it is now you guys' turn. I believe Terrence used the last turn to dive in the cover, so he doesn't.
Well, no, I wasn't diving for cover. It was just
You moved
like-
in the cover the last
Yeah.
turn, so that means you don't lose this turn. Either way,
Yeah.
you used your last turn for it. So this turn is free. You can do whatever you want.
okay. So I'm just going to take out my rifle, aim, and shoot. That's it. Because
Peeking out behind cover.
I'm scared now. Okay. Man, the minuses are getting me.
The shots graze the armor, but fling off to the sides, doing minimal damage.
That's fine.
did you aim with that too?
Yep. Well, I'm already at a -1 for my my
Yeah.
attacks right now.
So, Malone.
Still crumpled against the wall. I pull up the gun, aim it at it. Little laser light hits the camera. 3-shot auto. Pop, pop, pop. Dang.
Good.
Hit. That's a generous
Oh,
hit too.
that is very
That's a 25 damage, yeah. And that's 22 damage.
Two.
And
that's 20.
that is 20 damage, yeah. So,
I dived. Yeah, that's what I did. I added it right now this time correctly. Okay.
so that's correct addition. That means Balloon's last burst of plasma balls leaves the barrel of his gun while still pressed against the wall. The first one hitting, the first one hits a tentacle that instinctively moves away. The second one hits another one that moves away, and behind the last one, you see the big red mechanical eye. The last of the plasma balls leaves the barrel exactly where it's supposed to go, and moves past and hits the red eye square in the middle of it, and the Me-cha-leen's power drains. Its tentacles loosen their grips, and Malone drops onto the floor of the ship, free of its grasp, and the battle over.
I'm going to be drawing my Katari out. I'm going to be walking up to the baby one. Oomph. Oomph.
Unless Miana stops you, because
Oh, Mian is bleeding at this point.
Terrence is sitting in a corner coughing up blood.
last squid taken care of. Status report. Who's hurt?
Okay. I'm sorry to be that guy, but I'm just going to assume that there was a door between us and outside the ship that's currently venting out into hyperspace.
Nope.
So these guys
You
with
drop
no
immediately down. Everyone
Okay,
is wearing
so-
vac suits.
okay,
They exactly prepared for this eventuality.
okay.
Yeah.
I was making sure. Okay, I don't want to make sure everybody's wearing vac suits. I don't want anybody to die.
However, the vac suits are
Some of them are more or less functional.
Yeah, mine is probably. I'm fucked up.
a lot of people have holes in theirs right now.
Yeah.
But they have
Lucky-
this little kind
Luckily-
of like the tire inflation thing.
Luckily, there is this thing called not subjecting yourself to direct radiation here, because there is still a hull between you and the open space.
Yeah.
Unless you want to stand next to the sun window.
Yeah.
But it's
Just-
cold in the part where it's actually holy.
Okay.
I'm previewing the damage, and I'm just gonna go to the men that are actually still fully able, and I'm going carry everyone else back into the corridors of this atmosphere.
Yeah, sons of Zeus that and Zeus himself that seems uninjured at this point, proceeding to drag the wounded off into the more the well-off parts of the ship, which are quite numerous at this point. And they begin carrying the wounded off to the medbay.
So, hold on. Let me read the rules first, because Terrence made a lot of bad decisions. So we're going to. I'm gonna read the rules real quick, and then I'll get back to you.
Are we double
Ed
checking
Bay.
to make sure there's not a bleed out here? Is that what we're checking?
Yes.
We're all, all three of us. Even Miana is probably
Well,
all gonna end up in
no.
the sick bay.
Because I mean, I forgot until just now, but I know that Terrence took a stem thing, and I believe he took one of the combat drugs, which I never added to none of my things, but I'm pretty sure it's been more than 10 minutes. The combat drug just gives. I'm fatigued now, which I don't know what is going to do with that, and I don't know what happens when the effects of the stem wears off. Yeah. So
Yeah, the stim lasts for hours, so you don't need to worry about that.
okay.
That just means you're awake for the next few hours. The combat drugs did wear off between these two battle encounters because you had to wait for the other guys to be ready with their
Okay,
with their
well-
suits. So
right.
technically you would have been fatigued, but I'll let that slide because I forgot about
Alright.
the combat drugs myself.
Yeah. It's fine. You know what? Terrence just passes out. Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
The adrenaline's gone. He just
One of the reasons why Landis doesn't touch the drugs. My
So-
body is my temple.
Let's
if he could flick you to see a small before the hand goes down.
let's see, which one was your doctor again? I do believe you
oh,
fired
it's
one.
right
The
here.
Russian guy.
Dr. Sergey.
And
Sergey.
Dr. Volokov, yeah,
Dr. Sergey and Anastasia.
Anastasia, yes. So,
Okay.
Drugs are bad. Yes, they are, Froggy. Drugs
They are bad.
also they are so and expensive. These Doctor begins the operation. We will see how well Doctor does when treating these patients. Let us start with Mr. Howard, since he is the most wounded of us all.
Yeah.
Mr. Howard, you are healed by 14 points.
14 points.
Actually, this doesn't happen within a minute of you getting the wounds, so it's gonna be long-term care. Never mind.
Well, yeah, it's surgery first, and then as long as the surgery brings at least one of my stats to full, then I can benefit from long-term care. If it does not,
So he rolls he rolls a total of 14, and difficulty for the surgery was 8, I believe.
8, yeah.
Since you are
So
the
6
chief
points.
medical officer, so 6 points total. Yeah.
Okay, so then I'm fine. That means I can benefit from long-term care then.
Cool.
Yay. It's okay. I still remember being Derek, kind of.
Mr. Malone.
No, it's all right. The nanobots are doing the better their thing.
That's
want Miana to go
9,
first.
so total of +1 hit point after medical care extra. So that's not his best, but you also don't need that much care because your nanobots are gonna do most of the heavy lifting anyway.
Yeah. I say we give that to Miana, that role. Have her go first. Oh, never mind. It's all good. It's all good.
Miana gets her own roll. Alright. He fared a lot better with Miana, but Miana is deemed for the sick bay for a while, having to work from there. And she's a bit on the quiet side anyway. The Sons of Zeus. Okay, he makes it, and he makes it. Yeah. They both of the ones impaled by the tentacles make it. So, with this out of the way, what will you guys do? You are in deep hyperspace, and by the time Quartus gets his bearings again, Mr. Molari brings him. So, I have some bad news for you.
We lost, I'm guessing we lost our coordinates for.
Yes. During your firefights, we took some damage to the sensor node, and I have no idea where we are now. We're floating in the space.
No way.
There's always a way. One of the ways is try and get that colony ship to boost our sensors.
That's one. The other one is we have a phone on our bridge.
We do have fun.
Galen is now willing to. I think the reason why we were here by him was he didn't want to deal certain mechanical features.
As you wish, sir. Do you want me to make the call?
I'll make the call because I need to have a chat.
This is amazing. I like it.
So striding onto the bridge, going to that red bone that's so archaic in its design, and so human in its design, it's disgusting in some ways. It clashes with the aesthetic of the bridge.
You lift off the plastic dome from on top of it.
And I just bring the receiver to my ear.
You have reached the services of Galen, the Technomage. Select 1 if you wish to talk to Galen. Select 2 if you wish to be rescued. Select 3 if you have other methods.
Select one. I'm guessing it's that.
It's
That's
one of those
bad.
rotary dials, yes.
Try it and then pull out my finger before it gets cut off as the rotary goes back there.
Hey, what's up?
Next time, Galen, it's Cortas here. Maybe
Yes,
I'll
I
leave
know who is calling from this phone.
I would have appreciated a notification of the sort of danger that was potentially awaiting me. I'm having a feeling that you might have known, and you forgot to mention.
I did mention there might be danger in there.
I had maybe more along the lines of mechanical squids.
Well, I was not aware which kind of threat it was, only that it disabled the ship.
There's a wee bit of damage to my ship, but I've been able to destroy all of them, taking some casualties, been able to secure the colony ship. I will. There is extensive damage to it because this is the thing that stranded the ship, this bit of space. I've also lost track, the beacon, the gate.
Ouch, that's a tough one. So I am assuming you require assistance in order to reacquire your location.
That would be appreciated, Galen.
Right. Well, this is what I can do. If you hitch up your sensor array with the colony ship, I should be able to... Well, give me a call when you're done with that, and I will give you what you need to get to where you're supposed to go.
Looks like my sensor engineer was having the same thoughts.
Ah, smart man.
Just kind of cupping the ear. Gale, I think Galen's a step behind you. There, this is the thing that you were thinking of.
Amateur.
Get on it. Sorry, Galen, I was just giving the instructions there.
Yes. Well, once you are ready to tow the ship, let me know and I will transfer you the required coordinates.
I will have to make sure that the rest of the damage to the ship is just purely aesthetic, not major. But I'll be back in contact when I know. At that point, Ortis just hangs up. That's it. And with that, I'm just going to contact Zeus.
Yes, sir.
I get confirmation of how many of your men are still combat effective.
We still have a dozen men able to stand and do they do this?
Just in case the other people have an idea, you have some men to keep an eye on the cargo bay, or even just the hatch.
Yes, sir. I'll put my first lieutenant on it.
Good. Just the last thing we want is they now with us having to fight orders, the numbers that we used to have are less there, and I don't want them taking advantage.
Where at that point, they now are almost equal with you. And they have the big bargaining chip.
I think potentially the bargaining chip they're talking about is not as big as the one, but it's calling their bluff and where or not if you have what's that human expression? The cojones? The column on it?
Yes, they don't have the columns for it.
But let's complete this mission and we can get out of here as soon as we can. Get rid of them also.
Yes.
Court us out.
So,
Mhm.
you. Well, let's skip ahead a bit. Ja calls in after a few hours.
Mhm.
Done with the initial damage control. It seems like the damage is restricted mainly to general hull damage and loss of one of our weapons. Unfortunately, it was one of the plasma guns. And the hull breach in Corridor 16. Luckily, there is no important sections of the ship attached to it. Just some general maintenance areas. We can access those with the infrared suits as well. It would take a few hours to patch up the hull to allow the environment to return to the section, but the hole in the armor is probably going to give away next time somebody shoots even near it.
I'm not planning on getting into another firefight.
To be fair, we didn't plan on getting into this one either.
True. True.
That's not that.
Yes, I'm still here. Have we found any more of the little presents left by Sasha and our crew?
Got my engineers on it. So far, we haven't found any. There might be more somewhere. Actually, but there's only so many places we can be at once.
Of course.
The question is, do you want us to proceed with hitching up to the colony ship now, or do you want us to focus on the repairs first?
My concern is there might be something else out here, so potentially better to make sure that we're ready to tow and able to pull ourselves away as soon as possible instead of doing repair work and repair ourselves at a safe harbor.
I say, preparing to connect us with the colony ship.
This is when I'll be contacting Pierre Malari, and I'm just going, Mr. Malari, any update on the sensors?
Well, good news is, managed to reroute without needing the Nexus. Bad news is, I have yet to find the beacon again. We might have drifted too far apart to get a lock on it again. It's lost in the radiation.
But you are confirming that our sensors are being boosted by the colony ships.
Yes, that is correct. We are currently in it. Well, I might be able to get a lock if you give me 1 to 6 hours.
Mr. Galen said he might have a trick to help us, so let me give him a call and see what he has up his sleeve. All good techno mages. He hasn't got anything there. We'll see what wizardry you can pull out.
Yes, sir.
And with that, going up again.
You have reached the Galen. You get the same spiel again
Mm-hmm.
with the choices of 1 to 3.
One.
So,
Mm-hmm.
you hitch up.
We are hitched up and our sensors are connected to the colony ship.
Good. Right. And the spell is ready, and that should be it. Tell Shadow to focus on quadrant 7 by 6 by 2.
Just give me a moment. And Ortiz is just going to relay the instructions here, Malari.
Well, as soon as you do,
Mhm.
Larry is going. Ah, there's the beacon is there. There is daylight.
Hmm.
I didn't didn't notice that earlier.
Just confirming with you here. What beacon is it?
Oh, it doesn't have a registration on it.
That's probably why you couldn't see it. Sounds like it's an unregistered gate.
Huh? That might be it.
Kind of hard to, if you aren't knowing what to look for, if you don't know it's there, you can't look for it, can you?
I suppose so, sir.
Hmm.
Well, either way, we have a lock now. It seems to be fading. We are moving away from it. Shall I engage the engines?
Yes. Let's not lose it.
Alright. Fraser, you go. I got the target lock for you. Yeah,
While
Captain.
they're doing what they're needing to do, back onto the phone with Galen going, here for that, Galen. We've got the lock on the beacon. Now, interesting thing I just found out from my sensors, Chief. This beacon has no registered data on it. So, anything I need to know about when I'm jumping through with a colony ship for you?
No.
So, just want to make sure I'm on the same page as you, Galen, here. You want me to go to this beacon and go through the jump gate that'll be there. Is that correct? Or am I going somewhere else?
Yes, that would be correct. Jump through the gate.
Mhm.
And you still have them in Barry on board, right?
Watchman Barry are you talking about?
Either of them.
Unfortunately not.
Ooh, that
Are
might
you
prove to
having
be a
me
problem.
jump into Minbari's space?
Well, I suppose technically it is the Minbari space when you get there.
I have probably out of the entire Centauri people the closest to diplomatic relations with the Minbari, so I might be able to talk to them.
Okay. That should be good enough. Well, either way, good luck with the voyage. You should be there within 7 days or so,
Hmm.
given how fast you can pull that
Hmm.
chunk behind you.
Is there anything else I need to know, or anything that I can say to say potentially any Mabari warships that might be?
Oh yeah, tell them this is a gift from the techno mages, and give them the collection.
They'll just hand it over to them, and it's just say it's a gift
Yes,
from the technomate, and they should know what that's all about. There.
yes,
Okay.
they should be able to piece that together.
Okay. Do you want to be any more vague, or Galen, or is there anything else that you want to tell me so I don't have a heart attack? You know
yes,
how.
I would recommend
Mhm.
getting ready for a battle. It's not gonna be immediate, but you're gonna have to fight before you can get back. Anyway, see you in the future.
At this, I am just going. You sure?
Yes, sir.
What repair work can you do to the armor?
Oh,
That damage section.
well, how much time do I have?
7 days.
You can make a passable work on it. It's not gonna take a direct hit, but it shouldn't die from a breath.
I'll take it.
Yes,
This
sir.
turns out Galen's advised me of something I wasn't aware of, so rather give you as much time and give you.
Yes, sir. So, 7 days of healing for the rest of you.
Yeah.
I just imagine in Terrence's mind palace, Slack is there trying to hit on Talia.
Yeah.
I wonder how that
Oh, let's see
conversation
where
was
this
going.
goes. Yes. Meanwhile,
Oh, that so.
fade to this.
All right.
It's like you don't like you have no body parts, man. What are you doing?
Who's role playing Talia in this?
Oh, I'll make it even creepier. I'll be telling. Hey there, Slack. Want to do me a little favor? Give me a little control. You know it'll be good for you. You know you like it.
You do realize if you're talking to me, I'm not the one in control.
But you could get me there.
I mean, technically, you could just take it. I mean, you forcefully entered in here. I feel like this is a counterproductive, discussion.
Terrence isn't letting me. I don't know how to get around it. You do. You seem to. I could see inside of you, too. You know a way. I think together we could be powerful. Together.
So this is what I call in the business supply and demand. You need something. So what are you going to do for me? How does this benefit me?
What do you want?
I want to do what you do, but once you leave, I still want to be able to do it.
I could help with that. I could leave a bit of my power. You'll be able to do. You won't be as strong as me. But it'll be a start.
I don't need to be as strong as you. I just need to be able to, convince people that maybe I wasn't there or be able to read the situation a little bit better. That's beneficial to me in my long game. You always have to think of the long game, not, short-term benefits.
And so at this point, you just hear a slight voice just going, and it's Sador's presence that you see, and he's just going, seriously, I think You're so used to being the one calling everyone that
And
you
can you-
cannot see the con yourself.
And can you just like get rid of him? I mean, we're already overcrowded. You know, the population is just too much.
If I had the ability to kill anybody in here, you would not already be here.
Well,
You'd
I
already
mean,
be dead, and I'd be taking care of everything here.
well, see, now you've gotten to be hostile, so I'm going to just go back where I came from, and then Slack just random place in the mind palace that is Eris's mind.
Yeah.
She can go fuck herself.
The door.
I think that went well.
Yeah.
I am extremely amused by it.
Yeah.
We just like mucking around with Darrell's mental
Apparently.
games. Yeah.
Hey, man. Hey. You're still
Family
having
drama.
fun.
Yeah.
You're still having fun.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
That was fun trying to tempt you.
Oh,
It's so bad for what Malone. Malone is in my brain going like, shut the fuck up, idiot.
I mean, she was fine until she was like, you know, I would have just murdered you if I could. Well, you know what? Then, hey, come back to me when you have a better disposition.
I'm trying to remember which episode we did this
That,
previously.
was back when, back
Family
before Zim's first character jumped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That must have been like episode 8 or 9 we did that in.
Yeah,
That was
that
fun.
was the telepath. You were the voices inside the telepath. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Doing
Oh
the
my
devil
God.
and the
Either
angel
way.
over the shoulder.
By the way, I think this is the perfect opportunity to have a break.
Break.
Yeah. Woo.
So we will be back at 10 to the next hour, so in about 10 minutes. Meanwhile, enjoy these complimentary musics brought to you by our more musically talented friends. In 10 minutes, toodles.
Yeah. I should be good
we're
at
back.
24 hours.
Yeah. So, welcome back to the game.
We're
when
back.
When we last saw, the battle was over and the damage control on its way. Dujar getting the orders to patch up the armor plating to make sure they don't have any weak points that the enemy can exploit by your sight.
Mhm.
And now, the thrilling conclusions. Mr. Coulthus.
Striding into the sick bay. Doctor, how is your patients?
They are doing well. Unless they're recovering, I do predict the one with the mechanical arm should be waking up in 3, 2, 1. Alarm clock.
Well, like,
Mr. Howard,
Oh.
how are you feeling?
have you ever been hit by a Humvee?
No, but I did get hit by a truck once.
Okay, it's like that.
I understand. Well, do you need a drink? Wait, no, not with your medicine. Otherwise, I would give you strong vodka, but I need to wait at least 12 hours.
No, I think I'm good. Don't need any medications. I'll just tough it out.
Well, I will not administer the morphine, but... meanwhile, Mr. Malone is doing well. He's asleep, but he is asleep because voluntary. Miss Vesa is... sorry to say, Centauri not my specialty, but seems to be surviving. Is quiet and spending time on computer, but is doing well. Is behind those curtains over there. Insisted on privacy. and the two sons of Zeus over there, Hitchkins and Bulliard. They are alive, still asleep. Not recommending waking up until 24 hours has passed.
If there's any complications with any of them,
I
Please
will
tell
let
me.
you know.
thank you.
Do you require my services? Or shall I go take my mandatory, state-mandated break? Thank you. He closes up and goes to his quarters, which is conveniently located right next to the medbay.
Mm-hmm. So just leaning against the wall, Cortez just looks over to the body of Terrence and he goes, so who am I talking to? Fine.
Well, it's not Slack if that's who you are trying not to talk to.
That would be appreciated, yes. I can appreciate that.
But then again, apparently there are more people in here than I initially started with in this life. So, do you know somebody named Talia?
Alia,
Yeah.
by any chance, are you seeing her in Psychor clothing?
Well, weirdest thing when we were back there on the ship, there was some weird shit. But next thing I know, apparently somebody else hitched a ride here.
Weird in what way? Terrence?
There was I'm pretty sure dead dark skinned man.
You probably just see Portas go. He's already pale skinned.
Uh-huh.
He's went alabaster white.
I see I hits a nerve.
This is, by the way, when Malone wakes up from his sleep. The name Talia resonates within the brain enough that he begins the process of waking up.
Like, you thought you was coming here to talk about Sasha.
You came to talk about another chicken darling.
Hey, Landis. Terrence, you're up.
Yes.
Terrence has just told me something. Saying Talia's in it.
Yeah. Yeah, that happened.
Are you saying that Femi was on that ship?
Yeah. And I had to kill him again.
So not to throw salt in the wound. So apparently I'm not the only person who has passed ghost fucking shit up around here. Say.
Terrence, I don't think you understand how fully fucked you are right now.
I mean, with all due respect, sir, I was pretty fucked to begin with, having two separate consciousnesses other than my own in my head. And now there's this Mr. Zadora, which I don't even remember who the fuck that is or where he came from. And now I have a renegade Psy woman in here, which I trust her not one bit.
Yeah, don't trust her.
Yeah, but the thing is, there's another personality in here who likes to cut deals, and that's the one I'm afraid of.
Shit. She is sneaky. She lies, manipulative, evil, and powerful. And more importantly, she can do mind control and read your mind. She already knows everything about you. All your weaknesses, all your shameful little past. That thing that happened in Mars that we shut up about. She knows about that.
I only think, well, lucky for us, I think my condition is somewhat of a benefit because normally I'm assuming when she goes to somebody's head, she just tries to take over. But since there's already a fucking village already up here, I don't think she knows what the fuck is going on. And she wasn't expecting that.
All I can tell you, Terrence, is she drove our friend of ours is suicide.
I mean, have you met people in Psychord? Didn't that be? Was he really your friend?
I thought so.
Let's just say he was one of the few first humans I would class as being friendly with, if that would be more appropriate terminology for you.
Okay.
Mr. Howard.
So past associate who
Yes.
this woman apparently drove to death. And now she's decided to make a home in my head, asking me to take her to Babylon 5.
That's the last thing we're going to do then.
Let me put it this way. Emmy, how many years ago was that? 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she somehow has kept a dead body alive in hyperspace for 2 years.
Yes. My issue is that she's stuck now. But how long do I have before she figure out what the heck is going on here and she decides to do what she wants?
All right. Terrence, you're working with us. From this point forward, we're going to have to work together on this. No matter what, we can't let her take over. We'll be with you. We'll watch whatever you need. Once we get with Galen, he'll know what to do. He helped me back in the days.
Part of me just feels like some of this with Talia came about because we refused to actually just get her to the Italian person.
So
I don't know. I'm just thinking. Let's put it this way: Femi spaced himself thinking that would make it over. That by dying so far away from the Jacaranda, there was no way her personality could jump anywhere, and with his death, she should disappear. But that doesn't seem to work. And I'm not spacing anyone else.
I mean, I would like not to be spaced, so I appreciate that.
Look, I can appreciate we've had our differences.
I would like to say that you and Slack had your differences. Me and you were doing all right.
Terrence saved me out there. Terrence did. More times than I think. Terrence is all right in my book. Slack is not. Talia is not negotiable.
Okay, so all right, so right now you just see like Terrence is like rubbing his head and he's like he's literally 4 people, five possibly. Yeah, he's just doesn't know what to do.
It's cool. It's cool, Terrence.
Let me ask a question, Wooster, GM. Do I feel like Dr. Townsend would be assistance at all in this conversation?
Possibly. She is a brain surgeon.
Okay. So this is what I'm going to try to do. It's a risky move, but again, I'm not a doctor. I don't know a lot about brain networks, and I really don't know a lot about what's going on with me. So I'm going to attempt to switch places with the doctor in here. I mean, please don't shoot me if you don't have to, but if you have to, I understand. He says very questioningly, not really sure that he does understand.
I'm not going to want to shoot you.
Yeah, but if I'm a
I know what you
crazy,
mean.
if I'm a crazy psychic chick or a crazy dude who's going to tell another chick to blow up the ship, I feel like you're between a rock and a hard place.
We're in the medical bay. I'm sure Dr. Z can just knock you back out.
All right, well, let's give this a try. And I would
Landis,
like
have something ready.
I would like to switch places with Dr. Townsend.
Only an intellectual.
Oh, yeah.
With a boon?
No, modifiers.
All right.
Okay. Oh, no, that's low.
That is low.
Yes.
Well, welcome, Miss Townsend. You're on.
So, med bay, injuries to several portions of the body. I see rib damage, and she's like poking and prodding on.
Reaches over to grabs a chart.
Yeah, I'm trying reading it, and she says, "I also see that you've sustained some injuries. Please tell me that your brain is still intact." As she motions to Malone.
Yeah, everything's still fine.
Good.
You should be more considerate of your own brains.
Yeah, there's
That was a voice inside her head. The rest of you don't hear it.
Oh, this is ice. He says in his brain. He says it's inside his head. Oh, that's very curious. And who would you be?
Oh, I'm the new one. I don't believe we have introduced ourselves. I am Talia Winters.
Landis, get ready.
I'm Dr. Alicia Townsend. You just see him kind of like looking up in the air, going back and forth like this. Can you hold on 1 second? Outside voice, inside voice. So, is there something you needed? Or did you just want to introduce yourself?
Oh, yes. I am just here to introduce myself, and will you please tell my murderers that I do not bear them any grudge.
All right. Well, gentlemen, apparently there is another passenger in poor Mr.
Her name's Talia.
Yes,
and
and
she's dangerous.
She says that she does not hold you any grudges for killing her. And she looks to you too.
I still hold a grudge for her killing my friend.
So I'm assuming since I'm here, there is a discussion that you wanted to have. And I'm assuming it's probably the extra passenger in here now that she's introduced herself.
Yes, if you would give me the control, it would eliminate any go-betweens.
If she is asking for you to allow her to take control, I suggest, dear doctor, do not allow her to. She is dangerous.
Just like Slack is dangerous. Merely annoying.
Well, being that she's able to contact me currently, that means she does have a certain amount of influence, which means that somehow she's overpowering certain neural passageways that she should not be able to. So
she was a psychic.
That does explain some things.
She leaps from brain to brain. She's been inside of my mind. She knows my weaknesses.
I mean, you're a man. Those aren't very hard. Uh,
No offense, but your current body is not very well suited for those sort of endeavors.
The last one she was with, she drove him to madness and he spaced himself. Over 2 years ago, he spaced himself, and she still survived. And now she's in Terrence's body. I don't think she can directly talk to or influence Terrence. It appears only the personalities is what I'm suspecting, but you're the expert. I don't know.
My current expert analysis is that she inside voice she'll say, "Well, I'm sorry for this comparison." She seems to be like a parasite, which is slowly taking over the host, while me, Terrence, and Slack share in a more sympathetic relationship. She's more of the seeming to take over and exert her influence kind. So it's probably only a matter of time before she just does what she wants.
My apologies. I am in desperate straits ever since they destroyed my original body. Now I'm trying to get to my backup, which they have over-enthusiastically denied me the access to. That is the only reason I'm doing this. Because every turn I run into them, they stop me from getting back what is mine.
What she's telling, what she's saying.
I do not want to stay in this body any longer than I have to.
She doesn't really want to be here. She just wants to get to her original body.
Oh yes, the body that is currently walking, talking, breathing, potentially maybe even having relationships with people in Babylon 5.
Yeah, she's a big old mucky muck human there. We can't be having this personality with this evil intent.
I mean, the doctor's moral, like, I'm glad nobody's even questioning the doctor's morals, even though she done some weird ass brain surgery on somebody. It was like, you should question this one's morals. The devil you know. The devil you know.
And actually, this is her good play, because to her, we're the bad guys.
Yeah.
And I bet you would like to see the process of our minds combining when I reach my intended host. The brain scans would be for you most valuable, would they not be?
Yes. This is very true. But question, is there a way for you to just get rid of the rest of the personalities and just leave me behind?
In this body? Yes.
Yes.
Once I'm outside of it, I should be able to clear off all the other ones. Or even transplant you into another body if we can find a suitable host.
All right. So, well, then that means you need to let me be in charge and try not to impose yourself too strongly. It's very hard to be convincing when you're seemingly being you and the fact that they just don't trust you at all.
Why?
Very well.
Out of character, of course.
I will stay quiet in the background. But I do need to get to Babylon 5. There are some parts of my presence that I cannot stop, and they will keep on expanding.
I mean, I could care less one way or the other, so that's fine by me. I just need a problem solved. And you seem to be the quickest way to do it.
Yes. Yes, mind wipe is a thing I can do selectively,
All right.
as it is done in executions.
All right. It seems like we have a deal.
Excellent.
Can you keep the other 3 occupied while I'm in charge?
I should be able to extend your stay for some time, but it will not be indefinite. There is only so much power I have in this lacking brain. No offense.
None taken.
Very well. I will focus on that task. Enjoy your leadership.
What? So she's agreed to back down until we have discussed an arrangement that we all can agree upon.
All right. That's the best we're gonna get then. What's your take on her and the whole situation?
My take on her is that she has one singular objective, and she will rip and claw her way to that objective, no matter who it destroys, hurts, or anything like that. So the question I have for you all is: this one purse really worth the risk of everyone on the ship or anybody else that she affects?
We've tried getting in contact with her as well. She won't talk to us. I don't know the right thing to do. She was in my brain too, and I could feel it. It's scares me. I'm scared to see what would happen when she reaches that. Maybe nothing.
Well,
But
maybe
every instinct, every gut feeling, everything I have says do not let her get to Babylon 5.
Well, unfortunately, Mr. Malone, I work on hard facts. And the fact of the matter is that she is a liability. She will do whatever it takes in order to get to her goal. So, what would you rather do? Risk one person's life or many people's life?
Yeah.
Wooster, is there a
Is there a?
is there a role I guess the doctor could make to ascertain? Because in my mind, the minute, and you can tell me if I'm wrong here, in my mind, the minute she kind of connects to this other portion of her, I feel like that's where she'll be at her strongest, and figuratively weakest at the same time. Just the way how, the transfer, it may make her stronger, but that is a kind of a taxing thing to be in your body to subjugate your consciousness to another one. And she's already kind of implied that doing this does, put a strain on her.
Science psionics.
I don't have psionics. I just have science.
So
Do I have science? I don't even think I have. Oh, hold on.
You should
Different
have
character
science.
sheet. Different character sheet. Sorry. I do have science. I have neuroscience.
Yeah, you can use that one.
It's
Okay.
brain stuff. It's definitely brain stuff.
13.
Oh, shit.
So, as with the information she has given you, you are able to gauge that since all humans sort of carry the potential for telepaths, there is some brain parts in Terence's brains that are receptive to her, but on the same time they are not as advanced as on an actual telepath, so she might have difficulties getting power as it is.
Mhm.
There is some, and he's just not able to use them properly yet. But
Okay.
she
Yes,
also
he takes the spice.
also she implied that there are some parts of the hair that are growing. Maybe if you take a brain scan now, you could compare it to 24 hours later and see if those psychic parts of the brain are growing.
Okay. I will do that. I was like, okay, well, follow me, gentlemen. I'll just start taking the brain scans and start connecting to myself. I'm like, you know, I'm sure Sergey is like looking at me is like, what's going on here?
Oh, Sergey's on a break.
Oh, he's on the break. Okay, it's fine. Yep.
While
Putting,
that's,
I'm pulling up my old brain scans and I'm starting, the scan.
while that's going on, Landis is actually just going to move around and actually see how Miana is.
So you're gonna go to the curtains, open them up.
I'm not going to open them up. It's just I'm
Talk
just
to her
gonna
from the other side.
stand there and I say, Miana, is it okay for me to come around curtain?
It's your ship, Captain. It is your ship, Captain.
Yes, but you have set up the curtain for privacy, so I do not want to intrude.
If you insist.
You're okay though.
I am as healthy as I can be.
Yeah. Hmm. I'll come at a more confused for yourself.
As you wish, Captain.
I'm sorry, gentlemen, but I do have other things to see to on the ship. And Cortez will just stride off the sick bay and let's just
Wait, no, you can't leave me with this dude. You're the guy with the plunger.
Oh, just as I'm leaving, I'll just be chapping on the doctor's door saying, Doctor, I am leaving the sick bay, so you might either yourself or someone else might want to making sure that your patients are kept an eye on.
I have the automatic sensors on, and I can see the feed whenever I need to. Besides, I can hear most things through the door. It's like made out of paper.
Yes, entire doctors don't believe in privacy.
It's good polish. I think I should adopt it.
Yeah, but you'll find though that if someone was to shoot at it, it will resist the shot.
Yeah, no comment. Usually try to stay out of bullet fire anyway.
And no, just say, anyway, doctor, I have to be away. And as I leave, I say, alone.
Okay.
It's like just come bend over and it's like whispering just that. And I on them.
Don't worry. And I got a syringe for knockout juice ready.
My question is Miana sulking because she still has no robot? Is that why she's sitting there sad?
We'll find
really?
out. We'll find out.
Find out.
I have a plan. I mean, I have a whole thing too. I was going to give a
Cortez
speech about her, but
just leaves as the doors, probably just as the doors are closing here. As you wish, Captain. Bloody woman. And just stride off. I'll
so,
leave it to you guys.
oh boy. Terrence and Doctor are checking scans.
Well, the doctor is checking the scans. Terrence is somewhere back here, being
Yeah.
mind fucked by.
Oh, I forget what's Doctor's name?
Alicia Townsend.
Dr. Townsend.
No.
So what do you see, Doc?
Still doing the scan. What do I see? Do I see anything yet?
Well, there is some signs of the psionic areas being like a micrometer or two bigger than they used to be.
Hmm?
But that could just be excess blood because of trauma.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in 24 hours, you can see the difference. If it should go down unless new trauma is occurred. But if it stays at this size or grows, then there's definitely signs of expansion,
So
which would indicate which would indicate the same situation that Malone had, according to the old scans that
Yeah.
Elisa has seen in the.
Yep. So I like pull that up, because I so pulling things up. So kind of like noting everything. Am I able to like kind of estimate how much time I have before my brain is Swiss cheese?
Well, Townsend's estimation is that has about a month before awakening of any decent psionic abilities,
Okay.
and about 3 months until there's absolutely no chance but to subject itself to the wills of the psionic.
So 30 days before psi abilities emerge, 90 days before she probably is. She can do what she wants. Okay. Okay. Because I do see this. I do see like the increase in psionic activity in his brain, in Malone's brain, and then I see this gap of just whatever. Something the fuck happened when she like vacated his brain. I see Dr. Turner's notes on the brain surgery. She's looking at how for that not to happen, because she's made a deal, but she still don't trust this bitch.
Well, there are the psionic suppressant drugs, which technically would suppress any psionic abilities, but it is unknown whether they affect the growth or not, because the growth itself is medically unheard of before this day.
Well, I'm more looking at it because she can see that there's something that happens, like the psionic ability grows, but once the psionic entity leaves its host body, the brain cannot handle what's going on with it. And she does not want to leave her current home, because she gets the feeling that Talia doesn't really care. Like Talia will do what she says she wants to do, but she's not going to talk about any of the repercussions that happens when that happens.
Yeah.
She's like, I did what you asked me to do. I got rid of them all, but your brain is like a smoking piece of, bacon now. Good luck.
I have Swiss cheese memory. Malone has Swiss cheese memory.
Yeah. Townsend also sees notes on Turner's stuff that if it wasn't for the nanobots, it might be that Malone would not have survived for more than 6 months.
That was a bullet dodged.
So right now, the doctor is damned if she do, damned if she don't.
Yeah. So, but the good news is, as long as you are able to do things within the next 2 months, get it out. The psionic abilities should not be in such a place where Terence or Townsend can't handle it anymore.
Yeah. So basically, I have 2 months to get rid of this, get rid of her before the brain has adapted so much that the loss of the psionic abilities will be permanently damaging.
Yes, unless the
Okay.
brain is able to adapt to its new surroundings, which is also not unheard of. Human brains
Yeah.
do. Brains have a very good tendency of overcoming new situations like loss of parts.
Slap a little caulk on it, put a little
It's
paint on
very
it.
rare that the brains add the new things, because
Yeah.
doesn't usually happen unless in the
Yeah.
It's
case
called
of
cancer.
cancer.
Yeah. I'm
And
going
that's-
to, yeah, so I'll tell all this to Malone. I'll explain it to him in very, as you know, basically simplistic terms. I'm not going to use any like the big medical jargon that she has in her exposal. I just be like, hey, the thing that happened to you is going to happen to this in 2 months if I don't figure something out. And there's like a 2% chance that Terrence will live afterwards.
Yeah.
Because you only had 6 months to live if you did not get the nanobots.
Ah, fuck. Yeah, and I still suffer from Swiss whole memory on occasion.
I could probably fix that, but I think we have other things to worry about.
Switching hosts as quickly as possible.
Yes. But again, in 2 months, she's more likely the psionic potential or the parts of the brain that power psionic abilities will be large enough for her to be able to use her powers fully and assert dominance when she feels like it. So currently, right now, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. I mean, theoretically speaking, but she has swapped minds multiple times before. But I mean, technically speaking, if you just put a bullet to my head now, that'd probably just stop her because she's too weak to really do anything now.
You know what?
But
I know a guy. I could call a guy. I have a special phone to call a guy.
this
I think he'd be able to help.
special phone. She just looks at you like, what? Like we don't use phones anymore. What?
Sorry,
she's
Swiss
looking
cheese
up.
memory again.
You know a guy.
Yeah.
Is this guy an expert on psionic abilities or the human brain?
I know. I'm thinking of contacting the guy that helped me out.
And you assume that he'll help me out.
I'm not assuming anything. I'm just going to talk to a guy. And see
All
what-
right. Well, you have
I'm not
2
even
months.
promising anything.
All right. Well, you have 2 months before a decision has to be made.
Well, the decision is we got to get this out of your brain. That's just a time crunch of when it has to happen. Don't worry, Doc. I'm going to make sure that this Talia Winters gets solved one way or another.
All right.
Cut to.
That's one way.
Oh man,
Sorry.
I got too much. I got too much entry just in my head of a character.
I just love how you've introduced a wee bit of Game of Thrones to our situation with the crew, and we think we're fucked. You're having the entire Clash of Kings going on in your head.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, you got 3 distinct personalities who all want 3 very different things. Well, 5 people, but 4, and they all want something different. So that's what happens.
Yeah.
Who are you
What?
guys going to save? Is the question.
Who you gonna say?
You got to save somebody. So who are you going to save?
I'm saving Terrence.
So
He's the only one in my eyes
Save
that's worth
Talia.
saving. Talia too.
so I will be. So I think at this point, is there anything else in that scene that we want out of it? Or mind it?
Oh, I'm good.
I think I'm good too. I think the only other thing that we got to do is figure out what to do about Sasha.
You guys have not talked about that, but hey, go off,
Yeah.
do your thing. Let's
As I said.
Slack is gone, so hey, have fun. Currently,
At this point, Mr. Volokov, Dr. Volokov arrives from the break with a coffee cup in hand, going, you two, still awake. Right, you can leave anytime you want. It's not big ship. If you need help, call me. You can stay also. Not like I got other use for that. Those 2 beds maybe, but eh.
I'm probably going to be doing some more scans. When in reality, all she's going to do is be taking like scans of Malone's brain and the nanobots, and just she's researching that. That's all she's doing. Because it's been a while since she's been out, so she's not been able to do her stuff.
Yeah. You're still lamenting the lack of fidelity on the scans, the nanobots being so small that this medical scanner is not equipped for that tiny bit of scanning.
She's like, oh, I miss my lab.
It's the best you can do is determine if there is nanobots in the area, but getting scans of the nanobots themselves is frustratingly hard.
And she kind of like looks at you, and she's like wondering if you'll let her put that big ass needle that people use to do like biopsies in the base of your skull. If you'll let her do that. She's like, probably not.
All right, I just hate needles. Oh, damn.
So we have to build more trust first.
Also, you notice that I have I drink a lot of one of the side effects of having the nanobots is I'm constantly low on electrolytes. I'm constantly drinking water with salt or some high contents of salt.
Yeah, Landis accidentally once partaken in it and spit it right in his face.
So, meanwhile, Mr. Koolhaas, how
Yes.
are you addressing your next growing situation?
I think it's me having to talk to the mutineers, isn't it?
More likely than not.
Hmm.
You still have a
So-
few days before you exit into potentially hostile territory, and you still have a hostile entity within your ship.
Mhm. So I'll be just approaching the shuttle bay. I've got my guitar at the side and my normal PPG holster, but it's clear they're clear that they're holstered and sheathed.
Going alone?
I'll have the. I will see the first lieutenant, and I just say, keep an eye on them. Just make sure
Yes,
they don't
sir.
try to drop me.
Aye.
And I would just walk into the cargo bay, and I would just have my hands up,
Mm-hmm.
just showing my hands, nothing on them. And I'll just stand there and wait till Sasha.
So, the shuttle doors soon creaks open.
Mhm.
Gavron! What can I do for you?
Just to advise that will be a couple of days before we're back into normal space, and I'll be dropping off the ship as requested of our patron.
And
And Slack got hurt a wee bit. He is healing up. Be recovering the next day or so. Might hear
Slack got
from him.
hurt? Oh, poor baby.
The doctor is treating him.
Well, that is good for you.
Mhm.
But if we do not hear from Slack in the next 2 hours, I think we're taking the shuttle out.
Just by any chance, Sasha, have you ever flown a shuttle in hyperspace?
Yes, many times.
How far away from a beacon?
Further than you think.
I don't think you've been out this far, lady. If you think, I'm happy to let you go right now if you think you're close enough to a beacon you know of.
Then maybe we stay here.
Is there anything that you want me to send down from the mess for you? Rations, food, drink?
No, I think we're good. We got prepared for a long haul.
Mm.
Why am I speaking Russian again?
In that case, I'll let you go on about your business.
Oh, there is one thing, hombre. What is it worth to you?
What is what worth to me?
Cooperation.
The last time I checked, I think we already made a deal for your cooperation.
No. That was between Slack and us. But I'm a woman of reason.
Let me put it this way. Don't overstretch yourself. You've already pushed. Don't push any further.
Very well, Cameron. You come and see when you are ready to deal.
Cortus will just walk out and just turn his back on her. And as the doors, I'm assuming if she's letting me go without taking a shot, as the doors close, I just turn to that first lieutenant and go, what plans do you have on if you were taking that shuttle? And so how would you take it?
Do you want to keep the shuttle intact?
Damn the shuttle.
Well then, yeah, we have enough explosives to slash it onto the outside and burn anything inside.
You get close enough to do that without them seeing you?
I would give it a 75 to 25.
So in other words, there's a
1 in 4.
75% chance they're going to see us and they will set off their own bombs.
There's 25% chance of them seeing us. They're not that bad. But we can avoid the windows, but we don't know whether or not they're running their sensors or not. They don't have any outside fuel sources. The main engine is not running, and I'm unsure of their power status as is.
Let's just assume if they're being smart, they're running their sensors on that thing.
But if they are not smart, they also only have limited amount of fuel on that, and they've been stuck there for days. the battery power doesn't last that long if they want to use more than.
Let's work out the possibilities of them running the power or not, because I'm thinking they're getting antsy and they're trying to push. But if we resolve it without firing a shot, I'd rather do that at the same time. But I just don't think they're going to allow it.
It might be so, sir. It's your ship. Well, if we had a few good rocket launchers, we could do it from afar.
Hmm. I'll talk to you and see what his opinion is also.
Sir. I'm sure Zeus will be a lot better at this discussion than I am.
But as I said, keep an eye on him. Anything that raises suspicions. Or I'm teaching you how to suck eggs, aren't I?
Yes, sir.
Apologies.
We'll keep the guard on.
And Cortez is going to go to where he assumes Zeus is going to be. He's not heard anything.
Yeah, it's easy enough to find Zeus.
And I'm just going to go. I'm just going to like double check and make sure. Are we in a private spot of the ship?
Close enough.
I'm just going to go with, right. Can I get your assessment on the situation of the members in the shuttle?
Well qualified, have access to LiDAR scanning, so getting to them is not going to be easy if the LiDAR scanners are on. Good news is it's easy to tell when they are on. Bad news is once we do start it, they have the option of blowing up the bomb, or bombs if they have several on the ship. Unless we would detonate a large enough EMP surge that would bypass the shuttle's hull and deactivate the device, even if temporarily. It would give us a few seconds to operate.
Such an EMP blast, how big would that have to be?
Big enough to damage some of the systems around it.
So we're talking about not just damaging the shuttle, we're talking about damaging any electronics in the hangar bay. And because if we shut that off and they notice, they're probably going to realize the same.
Exactly, if they're smart. But if we time it correctly, we might be able to save the damage on the ship itself by shutting off a few seconds before we set up the MP.
But this is why I hate EMP weapons on ships.
Especially inside the ships. The bad news is we don't really have any EMP that is big enough as it is. We'll have to build it. And that would take some time and expertise of your engineers.
How well trained are your men in sabotage?
Not very. We're a security company, not terrorists.
I'm not asking for terrorists. I'm meaning no training in looking, searching for bombs and bomb disposal. Any such expertise?
No, that is not our expertise. Our expertise is boarding action and countering the boarding action.
So it's going to be more reliant on my engineers to find what's not meant to be there.
Yes.
Okay.
We can lend a hand, but recognizing bombs is not our primary.
No, but at least knowing what, then that's fine. Making sure that at least in about character, how many days have passed there in the journey to the beacon?
So this is the third day from
So 4 days.
from the beginning. So 4 more days until you are at the beacon.
Okay. In about 4 days, Zeus will be exiting out into space. I will be expecting that when we arrive, that we will be coming across some Minbari ships. Any men on the guns, tell them to hold their fire. But as part of Minbari culture, do have the guns powered up.
Guns powered, but holding fire.
Holding fire.
Well, I recommend you re-give that order in 4 days, but I'll remember it.
I will reiterate just to make sure no one forgets about it. But it's just something. The last thing I want to do is better just to advise the men beforehand before they're shocked with the orders.
Yes, sir.
Other thing would be any men that you can keep spare. Then it's just making sure that we have enough men ready to repel any action from the hangar bay.
Yes, that would leave us very sparse on the gunboats. Anything else, sir?
Just just thinking. Do you know how powerful a transmitter that? Thinking about it, I'm assuming that any transmitter for their bombs, they could just tie into the transmitter on the shuttle to boost the range.
I assume so. Why am I actually speaking proper English? This guy was French. I assume so.
Yeah.
I had forgotten that I'm French. I apologize. My proper accent has returned. But yes, as far as the explosives go, they probably have some manner of device that is using either something that goes through the hull or something that is being posted as is. But I am no expert in explosive.
Oh, there you go, sis. I'll need to see about our arrangements.
Of course, Captain. They will be at your disposal until the end of the contract.
At this point, as I'm going along, I'm just tapping the comm and I'm going, you sure?
Yeah, Cap.
All right. I know I've been running you and your men ragged, but out of all the so as we said, we found one bomb at the power plant. Was it you said? And engineering.
Yeah, next to the power cord. Yeah. Careful with that. Okay, say up to 2 meters up. Yeah, right over there. Sorry. Yeah. What else?
we know how much explosives is there that you can see?
Not a lot. It's covered in some sort of shell. Oh, well, I'm not there at the moment, but what I could see back then. No, the other one. Yeah.
Also, how easy was it to find?
Not very easy. It was well hidden.
Okay. All right, I'm not going to ask you to take any other men off, but apart from the power plant, what other places would you think would be places that, if it was you sabotaging the ship with bombs, where would you place them?
Well, if I was intending on getaway, engines, sensors, weapon systems, anything that would block them from following or shooting us down.
And what would you, and if you wanted to do a killing blow on the ship, a true getaway where, okay, disabling us, if we're able to repair it, we're going to be after them, and they've then tipped their hand.
Sir, the killing blow would be the fusion reactor to blow.
Have you checked the fusion reactor?
The first thing I did.
What about the software for it?
Well, that's not my specialty. I'm a
That's
hardware
me
guy.
and I'll talk to her later. Last time we checked, she did check the software though.
The last time I went, yes, the software is checked. I doubt they managed to break the fusion reactor. They seem to be taking the bomb strategic locations approach instead. Breaking the fusion reactor to blow would mean they would need to be far enough from it before the explosion happens to get away.
And potentially their risk, further away they are, the less chance they might be able to send the signal, intercede, especially in hyperspace.
That part is usually easy, but yes, they would need to get substantially away for the fusion reactor explosion.
Right.
Anyway, anything else, sir?
No. Oh.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm talking to the captain. Shut up. Sorry about that, sir.
No. I'll
Okay.
let you
I'll
get back
to
on
work.
to the. Yes, I'll let you get back to the repairs. The true people that run the ship, the engineers.
This is true.
Yeah. That was more a polite. Yes, I know it's important, but I'm speaking to the captain. I'm trying to get him to hang up on me. Just give me a moment.
In the background, people are like dropping shit. They're all waiting on him. Chaos is happening as people are sparks everywhere, and he's like, "Yeah, sure, get on with it,
Anything else, sir?
You're asking me a lot right now. Come on, you overtaxing me? Sure. I haven't slept for 16 hours. Cool.
16? 36 more like it.
And you want me to disarm a bomb. Got it.
Who is the bomb? Oh crap! It's Terrence, isn't it? It's the bomb expert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, don't forget, in 2 hours or less, you should talk to.
At that point, I'm gonna tap intercom and I'll go.
Yep.
Terrence, Dr. Townsend, or whoever it is I'm speaking to. No.
Yes, dear. How can I help you?
Dr. Townsend. Just advise. Your good friend Slack brought aboard some ruffians. I'm not sure if you knew about this.
I did not. I wasn't there.
Yes, well, what Slack's done is he's had her plant bombs on parts of the ship. And they're potentially threatening there to explode said bombs.
Oh dear.
Yeah. She's also expecting, this is part of it, is to make sure that when it comes to how I behave around Slack got this all done as a measure of insurance, just in
All right.
case. So if she then believes that we've done anything to hurt Slack, the threat is she'll hit the bombs.
Well, that is an interesting state of events.
Yeah. But she is wanting to speak to Slack in the next within the next 2 hours.
Mm.
So
At this
either-
point, it's actually next 30 minutes.
Damn. Actually, make it 30 minutes. She's expecting a call.
All right.
So either you need to persuade her that you're Slack, or you need to persuade Slack to have that conversation.
Parents can have it.
Or Terrence, someone that you trust.
I mean, I would prefer Terrence have it. He is a very talented deceiver, whether you know it or not.
Well, let's be honest. I think we all agree we don't want Talia to do it.
I would agree.
I just thought I should advise you so you can try and arrange this so that we don't have bombs going off before I forget.
All right, I'll get to it. Then I'll just inside voice say, Talia, can you let Terrence out for a second? We have to talk to someone so the ship doesn't explode.
Sure.
Okay, I guess. Well, Terrence takes the mic. He's like, and then Terrence realizes that this is longer than he would have expected. He was gone longer. It's not the same. Something's different. He noticed something's different.
Something's different, and the return felt forced instead of the usual natural.
Yeah, something's weird. But confused because no one said anything to him. He's like, I'm standing at medbay looking at computer screens. Can someone tell me what's going on?
Malone was hearing what the thing because it was broadcasting everywhere.
Okay, who's
Well, not everyone.
making a noise?
I would assume that it was just God dang it. It's mine, but I don't know how you hear it. Yeah.
Or not. Your choice, because now you've put yourself in a pickle where you come back and you don't know what the fuck is going on.
No, yeah. He's like, can someone explain to me what's going on? I have no clue what's going on. I'm hoping this is just going between two Malone and Cortas, not the entire ship.
Yeah.
Just these two. I would say ask that too.
I overheard you whispering something about Sasha. Landis, is it time or what? Sorry, Dr. Terrence took over. She answered a lot of questions about what was all going on with your brain, and you were doing some scans and stuff, and then you received a call. I could hear you talking to Landis. And
yes, Terrence. So I had a conversation with Sasha about an hour and a half ago, after I left the med bay. Here, she's basically, the situation. She's just basically saying if she doesn't hear from Slack within the next half an hour, not to expect her to behave.
Okay, so you need me to pretend to be Slack. I will try my best.
but also just to make you aware, she was trying to push for, trying to say that the
She's gaining
agreement that
control.
was already in place was just between me and Slack, not between me and her. So she was wanting me to sweeten the deal.
I mean, I would say from a tactically, that's probably more sound. You broke our deal between you and her selectively, cut Slack out of it, and Slack no longer has any of the power in the situation. But then again, you're still dealing with criminals. But then again, we're on a reclaimed pirate ship that used to be a legitimate Centauri ship. Then again, you guys have killed a lot of people. So, hey, I don't mean, you tell me, sir.
Let's start off by pretending that you're her.
Him?
That you're him.
Yeah.
And we'll go from there.
Okay.
But she doesn't get a call in the next 20 minutes.
All right.
That's something else we don't want to deal with.
Yeah.
All right. So you see.
Hang on. And with that, can we end right here before this convo?
Oh, sure. Well,
Because it is time.
tension.
Yeah, it is time.
Tension. It's all right. Terrence has deception.
This is the time to stop, since we do have places to be. Otherwise, well, actually, the rest of us probably have a night ahead of us.
What one guy
Has places to be.
But
Yeah,
one
I'm not sure
lucky
which one.
guy here gets to go
Tinder
on a
life,
date.
what you gonna do? It's almost 4 p.m. where I'm at, just for the record.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's
Perfect
because
time.
you're hour ahead of it than normal.
And it's a beautiful day outside. The sun is out, and I live in fucking Portland where the sun is never out.
So
Anyways.
okay, we should let you go.
This was amazing fun.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, it was good.
So, on that note, next week we're gonna have a Carlos game.
Yep.
And then the rest of the month is going to be Babylon content. So we're gonna give John a break.
Yep.
He can sleep easy and just laugh at our misfortune.
Yes.
Well, misfortune. My misfortune is I seem to be the main character. It's my ship
right.
that is being threatened with bombing. It's my crew. I mean,
Hey, man.
That is the price of leadership.
yeah.
There is a price of leadership.
I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what? You know how much easier this game used to be when it was a whimsy that was making the whimsical leadership choices, and I was just adding. I was just one of the agent of chaoses, along with.
And now you're the leading agent of chaos.
I am now the one that's having to steer us through the chaos.
Just be glad that I'm not the captain, because we'd be fighting everything.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Guns
I'm gonna
first.
take off.
Yeah.
A bonus nachos
Yeah.
on my part.
Bonus
Y'all, please
nachos,
keep
everyone.
talking.
Bonus nachos.
Yeah.
Alright.
I got to head off too.
Yep.
So,
All right, since we're all heading off, let's go with the full bonus nachos.
Bonus nachos.
bye bye, everybody.
Bye bye.
Bonus nachos.